What if I told you the entire concept of being good was never about morality? It was about submission. That your gentleness, your patience, your self-restraint were never signs of strength, but leashes crafted to keep you tame? Every time you silenced your fury, buried your desires, suppressed your potential, you weren't rising above darkness. You were being chained by it. The world doesn't uplift the virtuous. It exploits them. It bleeds them dry and discards them quietly. But those we call villains, they ask no permission. They beg for nothing. They seize, and when history speaks, it whispers their names with reverence, not as saints, but as sovereigns. This isn't written for the meek or the noble. This is a doctrine for the relentless, for the few who refuse to kneel. If you're searching for peace, turn away. But if you're ready to become the quake that tears apart their illusions, keep going. Because in this cruel design, you're either the outlaw who rewrites fate or the martyr forgotten in someone else's victory tale. Since birth, you've been conditioned, taught that gentleness is virtue, that patience brings reward, that fairness ensures justice. But open your eyes. Is that the world you see? Do the patient reign? Do the kind hold dominion? Or are they quietly crushed under the boots of the bold, the ruthless, the defiant? This reality is no sanctuary for saviors. It's a machine that consumes them. The ones who waited for justice perished in silence. The ones who tried to save the many vanished with the few. Those who fought for truth buried beneath the lies written by those who won. So ask yourself, is it more powerful to be remembered as the tyrant who ruled or the hero who bled in obscurity? They say history honors the good, but history bows to the dominant. The illusion of power may shine in daylight, but its truth dwells in darkness. Behind every peaceful decree lies a massacre. Behind every cheerful ruler, a silent graveyard. Behind every law, a concealed dagger. Still, they asked you to be kind, trained you to be safe, easy to read, easy to tame. They taught you to ask, while others simply took. This was never innocent. They never wanted lions. They wanted obedient dogs, fed, quiet, loyal. But there's a stirring within you, isn't there? A voice buried deep, a fire that doesn't comfort. It consumes. It tells you you were never meant to serve. You were born to conquer. You've peeled back the curtain. You've seen it now. Goodness isn't valued, it's weaponized. Mercy is rebranded weakness. Forgiveness is a currency for those who manipulate. And peace? Peace is only the silence before the slaughter. The world doesn't need another noble soul. It needs a visionary with fangs, a calculated beast, one who welcomes hatred because he knows that hatred is the tax you pay to wield influence. You don't ascend by obeying rules. You ascend when you become the rule. When you tear away the softness that restrained you. When you stop seeking love, stop craving applause. That is the beginning. That is the birth of the storm. They'll call you a monster. Let them. They'll call you merciless. Good. Let your name become their fear, because they may curse you, but they will never forget you. And that is true power. This is the moment where shadows rise, where light fades, and something ancient awakens in you. From now on, you're not meant to be understood. You're meant to be obeyed. Heroes rot nameless in soil. Villains carve laws into the bones of empires. So again, do you wish to be the one who suffered quietly or the one who bent the world to his will? Be feared. Be surgical. Be the nightmare they warned their children about. Power never arrives in silk. It shows up blood-stained. It's not granted through fairness. It's seized by the first to strike, the first to deceive, the first to betray. When betrayal becomes necessity, that's the truth they buried from you. Because true villains don't survive chaos. They craft it. They control it like a conductor leads a symphony. They want you to think chaos is disorder. Wrong. Chaos is fire, and you are the match. The fragile hate disorder, the powerful orchestrated. When the earth shakes, when the structure crumbles, when fear spreads, then a real villain steps forward. Steady, unflinching, unapologetic. You don't rise by comforting people. You rise by becoming the only certainty in a world of broken promises. Watch as they panic, flailing for someone who seems prepared. That's you, the one who always knew. But to stand at the top, you must tear down their illusions. You must destroy their comfort zones. You must play the game so viciously, so strategically, that they don't even realize their piece is on your board. Betrayal is not a sin to you. It is a tool. Loyalty, how they worship that word. But know this, it's a lie told by the fearful. In war, in business, in dominance, loyalty is fleeting. It's useful until it isn't. It's a leash. Tighten it when needed. Burn it when it binds you. They'll say you're heartless. Good. Emotion is a chain kings can't afford. A villain doesn't feel. He calculates. He hides behind curtains pressing buttons. He lifts people up just to drop them harder. He wears masks so flawlessly, even he forgets which is real. And when enemies think they've figured him out, he changes the whole game. Power isn't in clarity, it's in confusion. You want fear? Then don't roar. Disappear. Don't explain. Observe. Let them obsess over what you might do next. Let your silence torment them. And when they reach for mercy, teach them pain. Villains don't seek resolution, they seek dominion. And dominion begins not outside, but within. You must control every flicker of doubt, every spark of rage. If your fury owns you, you're just a beast. But if you own it, you become something divine. That's the difference. The villain is not wild. He is a master. He studies not to connect, but to control. He remembers everything not to forgive, but to strike where it'll hurt forever. He doesn't need to be right. He needs to be inevitable. When you enter a room, don't ask for acknowledgement. Command it, not with pleasantries, with presence, with silence that screams, with eyes that tell them they are replaceable. And if you must punish, do not half punish. Make an example. Teach the room that crossing you has costs. You were never here to be liked. You're here to leave marks. They'll say you're cruel for not flinching, that you're wicked for valuing power over peace, that you're heartless for choosing strategy over emotion. Let them weep. Let them howl. Let them worship your rule from the ashes. When the smoke clears and the empires fall, and your name is carved in the ruins, not as a savior, but a sovereign, you will know. Villains don't chase legacy. They become what time itself can't erase. Forget unconditional loyalty. It's a myth told by fools. What people call loyalty is usually delayed betrayal. It lasts only as long as fear does. It lasts until the winds shift, until someone offers more. So, if you want to rule, remember this. Don't ask for loyalty. Engineer it. Make them need you more than they love you. Make them feel worthless without your validation. Design systems where their rise depends on your survival. Feed their ambition. Praise their ego. But always keep them tethered. Give them the illusion of freedom, just enough to keep them smiling while they wear the chain. Be their sun. be their God, be their only way out. And if they ever dream of leaving, remind them of the price. This is how empires are forged, not through affection, but through design, through invisible binding that look like opportunity but trap like shackles. Don't gather admirers, build prisoners in suits, because loyalty sways in storms, but fear hides behind handshakes and smiles. If they follow you out of admiration, that will fade, but if they fear losing you, they'll obey, even when they hate you. So manipulate with care, make them feel chosen, let them believe they matter, then tighten the grip slowly. No pain, just dependency. And when someone starts to feel equal, make them feel small. When they start feeling safe, inject chaos. Make them earn your attention, your trust, your protection over and over, not because you crave obedience, but because obedience ensures survival. You're not here to be adored. You're here to be the reason they never sleep in peace. Let your silence punish. Let your praise be rare. Let your disappointment scar. Keep them walking on glass and thanking you for every permitted step. Because when people fear losing your presence more than your rage, you own them. This isn't cruelty. This is command. And those who cry manipulation, they just wish they had the resolve. They call you emotionless because they don't understand the art of rule. Governance demands detachment. So detachment. Don't mistake usefulness for trust. Even your most loyal today could betray you tomorrow. So reward them, but don't believe them. Everyone is faithful until they're not. And when they betray you, don't flinch. Be ready. Respond swiftly, publicly, privately, devastatingly. Make it known. Your throne isn't made of gold. It's built from fear, from cunning, from the ashes of traitors. Empires aren't built from love. They're built from understanding one cruel truth. Loyalty is a leash, and only the one who holds it tightest survives. If they hate you, you're doing it right. In a world that worships likability, be the one who doesn't care. Why? Because admiration is soft, it bends, it breaks. But fear is reliable. Fear is constant. You don't become unshakable by being loved. You become untouchable by being feared. Admiration feeds the ego. Fear commands obedience. Admirers will cheer in public, then plot in private. But those who fear you, they obey. Even as they pray, you disappear.